Stories of Journey to the West, Chapter 12.
We're talking the 13th year of the Zhenguan era.
Yeah, day 3, 9th month.
And the place,
Shanyang,
Huasheng Temple.
the capital.
The magnificent capital, yeah. And on this exact day, something really big is
An assembly, right, a Buddhist thing.
a massive one. Emperor Taizong himself ordered it. You've got 1,200 top monks gathered.
Wow, 1,200. What are they doing?
They're focused on reciting scriptures. It's more than just religious. It's a major state event. The emperor's showing he cares about, spiritual stuff for the kingdom.
Who's the head monk?
That's Chen Huanzang. He's the chief monk, the Dharma master. While all this ceremony is happening inside, destiny maybe, or, divine plans seem to be moving things around outside the temple walls, setting up something way bigger.
Something bigger, like what?
A huge journey. And it starts with these, seemingly random encounters right there on the street.
Interesting. Okay, so inside the temple first, what's the vibe?
Oh, it's heavy. Reverence, imperial power. Emperor Taizong shows up after his morning court session. Think guards, music, banners, the whole 9 yards. The sources really paint that picture.
Sounds incredibly grand.
Formal.
Totally.
Yeah.
They describe the rituals, bowing to Buddha, offering incense, and the assembly itself. Fluttering banners, shining canopies.
Solemn statues of the Buddha and the Arhats. Those are the enlightened ones. And offerings everywhere. Flowers, incense, fruit, sweets. It's quite the scene.
And the monks, the 1,200.
They're all there, chanting scripture. And there's a stated goal.
Yeah.
Helping lost souls, basically. Helping them escape suffering.
Right. I remember reading that Chen Xuanzang, he presents this formal document to the emperor about that.
Exactly. It's all framed in classic Buddhist ideas. Compassion as a boat of mercy.
Right. To cross the sea of suffering.
Yeah. To help people escape endless reincarnation in the lower realms. Find the true path, get enlightenment, and ultimately be reborn in the Pure Land. Travel freely to the West.
So it's a big spiritual petition, basically. Get rid of bad karma, free souls, bring peace to the nation.
Precisely. And the emperor, he's apparently really pleased, loves the idea, encourages the monks, promises big rewards.
Okay, so that's the official story. Inside the temple walls, state-sponsored spirituality for the good of the realm.
That's the visible part, yes. But like we said, something else is happening just outside, maybe even more important for what comes next.
And you mentioned Avalokitesvara.
Exactly. Guanyin Bodhisattva. The source said she's right there in Chang'an.
Why? What's her goal?
The Buddha sent her. Find the person worthy to go on this epic quest for sacred scriptures.
And she finds someone.
She does, and the source connects the dots explicitly. The chief monk on that altar, Chen Huanzang,
Yeah.
he is Jiangliur Hisheng.
Jiangliur Hasheng. Okay, why is that name significant?
It's huge, because Jiangliur isn't just some random virtuous monk. He was a disciple of the Buddha, came down from the Pure Land originally.
Whoa, okay.
And Avalokitesvara herself guided his reincarnation into this life.
Okay, hold on. Let's unpack that. So the guy leading the emperor's big assembly, he's actually this specific spiritual figure with a direct link to the top Buddhist realms. And Avalokitesvara knows him personally, guided him here.
That's what the text implies, yeah. This whole grand assembly, as important as it is for the empire, it's also kind of the stage, the starting point for this much bigger divine plan. And now that she's found him, Avalokitesvara brings out the tools, the treasures the Buddha gave her for this exact purpose.
Ah, the treasures. What are they?
Okay, get this. A stunning brocade kasaya, that's the ceremonial robe monks wear.
Right.
A 9-ring staff. And almost hidden in the description, 3 hoops.
3 hoops.
Yeah, a gold one, a tight one, and a forbidden one. But interestingly,
What?
the source makes a point of saying the hoops are kept hidden, put aside for later. It's just the robe and the staff she brings out now.
Okay, just the robe and staff for sale.
For sale.
Yeah.
But look how she does it. She's got these priceless artifacts, but she's disguised, looks poor, kind of rough even. Patched robes, barefoot.
Huh. So she doesn't look like someone carrying divine treasures.
Not at all. She and her attendant, Musa, hit the streets of Chang'an. And the price she asks,
Let me guess. It's not cheap.
not even close. 5,000 taels for the robe, 2,000 for the staff.
Yes.
7,000 taels total. That's like an astronomical amount of money back then.
Wow. Okay. So who does she run into first?
It's pretty telling. Some monks who didn't make the cut for the big assembly inside.
Ah, the ones left out. How do they react?
Badly. They see her appearance, hear the price, and just laugh. Dismiss her completely.
What did they say?
Call her crazy, basically.
Ah,
An idiot.
yeah.
They look at the robe and staff and just see Crude items. Worthless junk.
Hmm.
They're like, unless these things make you immortal or turn you into a Buddha instantly, no way are they worth that. And they just walk off.
So total judgment based on appearance. They can't see past the disguise or the price tag.
Exactly. It really sets up this theme, doesn't it? About perception.
Mhm.
True value versus surface appearance. Their minds are just closed off.
Yeah. Fascinating. But Avalokitesvara doesn't give up, right?
Nope. She moves on. Near the east gate, she bumps into Chancellor Xiaoyu. He's just coming back from court.
Okay, a high-ranking official. Does he react differently?
Completely differently. He stops. He's drawn in. The source says he actually sees the kasaya, the robe, radiating this brilliant light.
Whoa. So he perceives something the monks didn't.
Instantly. He sends someone over to ask the price, shows respect, curiosity, not scorn.
And what does Avalokitesvara tell him? Same price?
She gives a much deeper explanation this time. She says, yeah, the robe and staff offer benefits like avoiding hell, escaping disaster. But there's a catch.
Oh.
They don't work. They can't even be seen properly by people who are, lustful, undisciplined, or who badmouth the Buddha.
Interesting. So their power depends on the user's virtue.
Seems like it. And then she talks about the price differently, too. She says, look, 7,000 taels if someone tries to buy them disrespectfully, not aligned with the Dharma. But for someone who truly respects the Triple Jewel Buddha, Dharma, Sana, who loves good deeds, takes refuge in the Buddha.
Yeah.
Someone genuinely ready to receive them.
Yeah.
For that person, she says, she'd actually give them away, free, to form a good connection.
Wow. That's quite an offer. How does Xiaoyu take this?
His whole mood changes, brightens right up. He recognizes her immediately, not just as some seller, but as a great Dharma elder.
So he sees through the disguise, too, in a way.
Totally. He apologizes for any, potential ignorance on his part, praises the emperor, the court's virtue.
And does he connect it to the assembly?
Instantly. He says that kasaya, that robe, it would be perfect for the Dharma master Chen Xuanzang.
Ah, there's the connection.
Right. He invites her straight to court to meet the emperor, Emperor Taizong. In the treasure hall, no less.
And this is where it gets immediately interesting. They get inside, they on the steps before the emperor.
And the text points this out specifically.
No.
They don't bow.
They don't bow. To the emperor?
Nope. Just stand there.
Wow. Okay, that's a signal, isn't it? These aren't your average wandering monks.
Definitely not. So Taizong, naturally, asks Zhao Yu, who are these guys? Why'd you bring them here?
And Xiaoyu explains, met them outside, they're selling these items, thought of Master Xuanzang, and the emperor's apparently quite interested by this.
Right. So Taizong then asks about the first item, the main one they're selling. What's the price?
Ah, the cassock. And the price tag is, well, it's staggering. 5,000, Liam.
5,000. And Taizong's reaction is pretty much what you'd expect. What's so special about this robe that it costs that much?
And that's the cue, right? For the description that makes it clear this is no ordinary piece of cloth.
Exactly. The explanation they give is just wild. It apparently protects dragons from rock birds.
Okay, stop right there. Rock birds, these giant mythical predators. Protecting a dragon from one, that's serious power.
It suggests protection from, massive cosmic threats. And get this, it also helps cranes achieve enlightenment.
So it's not just protective, it actually aids spiritual growth.
Seems like it. It's divinely potent, and there's more. When you sit wearing it, 10,000 gods apparently come and pay reverence.
10,000 gods, and when you move...
7 Buddhas stay close.
So wearing this thing basically makes you a beacon for divine attention. You're attracting respect from gods and keeping company with Buddhas.
It instantly marks the wearer as someone, spiritually off the charts.
Totally. Okay, so how is this thing even made? Because the description sounds otherworldly.
It really does. It emphasizes it's not from around here, you know? It's made from threads spun from ice silk.
Ice silk? What even is that? Right. And it's woven by celestial maidens and divine women on heavenly looms. Not exactly Savile Row.
No. And the embroidery is incredibly intricate. Flowers, patterns, the works.
And the visual descriptions. It glows, apparently, radiates light all the time.
Yeah, like a red mist surrounds you when you wear it, and when you take it off, colored clouds just float away.
It reaches beyond heaven's gates. It makes mountains generate treasure energy. I mean, this thing is practically alive with light.
And studded with jewels. Not just any jewels, either. Night-shining pearls at the corners. An emerald at the top.
These add to that luminous quality, But then there are the really mystical beads.
Ah, yes. Wish-fulfilling beads. Mani beads, dust-avoiding beads, wind-fixing beads.
Plus red agate, purple coral, more night-shining pearls, and cerera.
Okay, let's pause on those. Cerera, those are the relics, right? Like
Yeah.
jewels found after enlightened masters are cremated.
Exactly. Having those embedded suggests this cassock embodies like actual achieved enlightenment.
And many beads, they're often about light, purity, fulfilling wishes. Very Buddhist concepts.
Dust avoiding, wind fixing. Sounds like purity, stability against, well, the world's distractions.
Right. These aren't just random pretty gems. They describe the type of spiritual power. Purity, transcendence, divine favor, making wishes come true.
And the description of the beads themselves is just as over the top. They steal moonlight, compete with the sun.
Fill the air with immortal energy, auspicious light, shine through heaven's gates.
Cast shadows that startle tigers and move dragons. It's a cosmic garment, truly.
Physically, it's got gold chains, white jade rings.
Yeah.
And it's only meant for saints, apparently. Folded away otherwise.
And wearing it startles gods and ghosts, so it impacts every realm.
And there's that verse that comes with it, too, summing it all up.
Right, it says, 3 treasures towering, the way is venerable. Clear mind understands. Seeing nature can transmit the lamp of wisdom, protecting the body, mind and body pure.
And that last bit is key. Since the Buddha established the cassock, who can dare sever a monk for 10,000 kalpas?
10,000 kalpas. That's like
Yeah.
forever. It's basically saying wearing this grants you inviolable protection, linked directly to the Buddha himself. Huge implications for Xuanzang's journey.
Massive. It's setting him up as divinely protected. But wait, there was another item, wasn't there?
Ah, yes, the staff. Not quite as pricey, but still impressive.
2,000 liang for the 9-ring staff.
So what's its deal?
Well, it's copper inlaid with iron, 9 rings, obviously. But the source says it's made from an immortal vine that grants eternal youth.
Eternal youth. Just from the staff. Wow.
Adds this element of, like, vital life force to it. It's also light to hold, travels with white clouds, suggests serenity, elevation.
And it's linked to some important figures.
Yeah, the Mahaveda, 5 ancestors, and Luobo seeking his mother. These are deep cuts from mythology and tradition.
Gives it history, pedigree, roots it in spiritual lineage.
Exactly. Plus, it's unstained by worldly dust purity again, and it goes with divine monks up jade mountains. Reinforces that transcendent path.
Okay, so Emperor Taizong has just heard these incredible descriptions. Divine cassock, immortal staff. What's he thinking?
He's delighted. He starts praising Master Xuanzang, his virtue, his work, spreading Buddhism.
And he says he wants to buy both items for him, right?
Yeah.
Asks the price again?
Yes, ready to pay the full, huge amount, 7,000 liang total.
And here's the twist.
The big one. The monks, instead of taking the money, put their hands together, say a Buddhist phrase,
Oh, this time.
and offer both items for free.
So free after naming those prices. Why?
Their reason is key. They say it's because the emperor respects the 3 treasures. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, because he delights in goodness, takes refuge in the Buddha.
So acknowledging the emperor's piety.
But especially, they say, because Xuanzang is such a virtuous high monk, working tirelessly for the Dharma. It's a gift to him, recognizing his merit.
But Taizong, being the emperor, doesn't want to just take them, right? He insists on paying. He doesn't want to look like he's using his power.
He really insists. Wants to pay the original price. But the monks absolutely refuse.
Steadfast. It's a gift, pure and simple, based on virtue, not a transaction.
Exactly. And then, even though Taizong tells Zhao Yu to stop them, they just turn around and leave.
Just walk out, leaving behind a fortune and ignoring an imperial command.
Yep. Which really underlines that this whole exchange is operating on a completely different level. It's not about worldly power or money.
So Taizong's left holding these incredible free gifts, specifically meant for Xuanzang. What's the next step?
Well, he summons Xuanzang, naturally, has Wei Zheng bring him to court.
Imagine Xuanzang arriving, probably wondering what's up, and the emperor presents him with this cassock and staff.
He must have been stunned, hearing what they were, where they came from.
The text says he expresses profuse thanks, very grateful. And then Taizong says, try them on, let's see.
Ah, the big reveal moment. And the source really leans into this transformation.
It does. As soon as Xuanzang puts on the cassock, holds the staff, boom! He's radiant, majestic, looks like the absolute image of a true Buddha's disciple.
It's like the clothes don't just fit, they reveal his inner spiritual stature. There's that verse again, describing it.
Oh yeah, the second verse. Majestic and refined, Buddha's robe fits as if tailored, radiant glow fills the cosmos.
Bright pearls, layers of gold threads, 8 treasures adorn flowers, gold rings and jade clasps. It's all about the visual splendor.
Master Xuanzang has great affinity. These items he can truly receive. And then the comparisons. Just like a living arhat from the Pure Land.
Surpassing a true spiritual talent from the West. That's huge praise. He looks like someone who's achieved enlightenment even better than expected.
The staff's 9 rings jingle. Truly a Buddha's disciple, not a false claim. It seals the deal. He is this figure now.
The items don't just make him look good, they confirm his spiritual reality. He's transformed in everyone's eyes.
From respected monk to this luminous, almost divine figure.
And Emperor Taizong sees this, and he is extremely pleased. He sees the power of this image.
So pleased, he decides everyone needs to see it.
Exactly. He orders a procession. Xuanzang is to walk down the main street of Chang'an.
Like a victory parade, like the top scholar from the imperial exams, framing his spiritual status as a public triumph.
You can imagine the scene in the capital. Total buzz.
The source says everyone came out. Merchants, nobles, scholars, regular folks, men, women, lining the streets, just watching.
And showering him with praise, just blown away by the sight of him.
What were people calling him, did the text say?
Yes, they were calling him a living arhat descended, or a living bodhisattva arrived.
Wow, not just a monk anymore, a perceived divine being walking among them. This procession totally cements his public image.
He's now seen as special, blessed, maybe even heavenly protected. Then he finally gets back to his temple.
After that entrance, what do his fellow monks think?
Even they are floored.
Yeah.
They come out to greet him, see him in the cassock and staff, and they are so awestruck they think he's King Skitigarbha.
Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva, the one who vows to save beings from hell, often shown as a monk.
That's the one. For his own community to see him and think he's that bodhisattva, it just shows how profound the transformation is perceived to be. They immediately bow down to him.
So from the chancellor to the emperor, the whole city, now even his own monks, everyone sees him differently. They're all just full of reverence.
Absolutely. After all that, Xuanzang goes in, pays respects to the Buddha, thanks the emperor again, and just goes back to his meditation seat. Like, okay, duty done. The items are his now. His status irrevocably changed.
It's the 7th day, the main day apparently, the Water and Land Assembly. The Emperor of Tang is there, all the officials, courtiers. The text makes it sound like the whole city turned out.
Yeah, it paints a really vibrant picture. It talks about fairy music and loud Buddhist chants. It's clearly a massive, significant gathering.
But what's interesting right from the start is who else is there, kind of hiding in plain sight.
Right. The source mentions a bodhisattva and a musa just sort of mingling in the crowd.
Not exactly your everyday attendees.
No. And they're there specifically to watch, to listen,
Yeah.
to sort of gauge Xuanzang, who the text also calls by his old divine name, Golden Cicada.
Ah, right.
They want to see if he's, really up to snuff, and crucially, what exactly he's teaching.
And the setting itself, the source describes it as pretty spectacular. Xuanzang's up high on a platform giving his sermons.
And the text tells us what he's reciting. It's scriptures about saving the departed, yes, but also ensuring national security, encouraging good deeds, that kind of thing.
Okay, so focusing on immediate concerns.
Exactly. And this choice of scripture is really revealing. It shows Xuanzang's focus at this point is, well, it's on addressing the spiritual and social needs right there within the current system.
Right.
He's basically preaching what's known in Buddhist terms as the small vehicle teachings, Hinayana,
Okay.
which are generally seen as focusing on, individual liberation, gradual progress, but then
Things get shaken up.
dramatically. The Bodhisattva walks right up to the platform and calls out, loud enough for everyone to hear, asking Xuanzang if he only knows how to teach these small vehicle things.
Wow. Okay, that's bold. Right in front of the emperor and everyone.
You'd expect maybe some anger, right? Or confusion.
Yeah.
But the source says Xuanzang reacts with great joy. Immediately comes down from the platform, bows, and says basically, yep, we monks here are teaching the small vehicle. Please, tell me about this great vehicle you mentioned. Very humble.
Interesting reaction. So he's open to it.
Completely. And this moment really highlights a key distinction the source is driving at. The Bodhisattva spells it out very clearly.
What's the difference, according to her?
She says the small vehicle, well, it cannot save the departed and elevate them. It can only, quote, harmonize with the world and share its light.
Okay, so limited power.
Limited power, yeah. But the great vehicle Buddhist Dharma, she calls it the Tripitaka, the full canon that can elevate the departed to heaven, save the suffering from hardship, cultivate an infinite life body, and lead to enlightenment, basically non-arrival and non-departure.
That sounds significantly more powerful, a huge difference in outcome.
Absolutely massive. Of course, while this theological debate is happening,
Someone notices the interruption.
yeah, some court official sees these, plainly dressed figures causing a stir and rushes off to tell the emperor, calls them disruptive, itchy, scabby, wandering monks.
Ouch. Not exactly respectful.
Not at all. It's all about social status, right? They're seen as troublemakers, so they get pulled into a rear hall to face the emperor.
And how do they react to meeting the emperor?
Well, they show zero deference. They don't bow. They just ask him what he wants.
Bold again.
Very. But this is where their true nature starts to kind of peek through the disguise. Emperor Tang actually recognizes one of them.
Oh. From where?
He remembers, hey, wait a minute. I saw you before. You're the monk who brought me that special cassock.
Ah. Connecting the dots.
Exactly. And the Bodhisattva confirms it. Yep, that was us. The emperor's still a bit baffled, though, asking why they're making a scene instead of just listening quietly.
Understandable question from his perspective.
And the Bodhisattva just brings it right back to the main point. Xuanzang's teachings, small vehicle, they lack the real power to save the departed. She states flat out that their scriptures, the great vehicle Tripitaka, they're far away in the West Heaven, at the Great Layan Monastery, where the Tathagata Buddha is.
The historical Buddha, Shakyamuni.
Right. And those scriptures, she says, can untie the knots of 100 grievances and eliminate unexpected disasters.
Now, that sounds like something an emperor would want to hear. A solution to problems, both spiritual and, well, worldly.
Totally. The emperor, hearing this promise, the text says he's filled with happiness. He asks, do you actually remember these scriptures?
And the Bodhisattva
Just says simply, I remember. And that simple affirmation, I remember, that's the key. It unlocks everything.
Wow.
The emperor is overjoyed, tells Xuanzang immediately, okay, invite them up, get them onto the platform to preach these scriptures.
So he's convinced. He wants the great vehicle now.
Instantly. And this is the moment of the big reveal.
Okay, what happens?
The source describes the Bodhisattva and Musa rising up, ascending on auspicious clouds, right into the heavens. They shed their disguises and reveal their true divine forms. And the description of the Bodhisattva is incredible. It's not just, a divine being. It's super specific.
Oh, yeah. Tell me.
Okay, get this. A golden leaf headdress with jade flowers and dripping pearls, radiating this shining gold and sharp energy. A pale blue robe with coiled gold dragons and flying mythological phoenixes.
Wow.
A breastplate made of moon pearls. A belt woven from ice silkworm silk with gold borders, riding clouds. Even her feet. Golden lotuses deep below.
That is stunningly detailed.
And Musa's there too with his club. And randomly, a yellow-haired, red-mouthed white parrot.
A parrot. Okay. It's such a vivid, potent image.
And that level of detail, it's not just for show, right? It emphasizes the celestial power, the divine origin. It validates everything they just said about the great vehicle scriptures. This isn't just some random person making claims.
It's a divine manifestation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everyone sees it. The emperor, officials, monks, nuns, regular people, they're all totally overwhelmed, bowing, praying, just in awe.
Understandably.
The emperor is so moved, he actually commissions the famous painter Wu Dazi right then and there.
The painter known for Buddhist art?
The very one. To capture her image, paint this vision for posterity.
Incredible. A divine event witnessed and immediately commissioned for the historical, well, artistic record.
You have the Bodhisattva Guan Yin ascending, basically heading back up to the heavens.
Okay.
And just as she goes, this notice, like a slip of paper, it just flutters down from the sky.
Wow. Okay. Like a direct message delivered right there. What's on it? What does it say?
It's a verse, a short poem. It talks about excellent scriptures from the West.
Excellent scriptures. Got it.
And it doesn't sugarcoat the difficulty. It mentions the distance straight up. 108,000 li journey. That's...
Whoa. 108,000 li. That's immense.
It's vast. And the verse says you need great diligence to actually get them and bring them back. Serious effort required.
So a clear goal, a daunting distance, and a demand for real dedication. But why? What's the point of these scriptures?
Well, the verse explains they can save ghosts from the crowd. So it's about salvation, about spiritual rescue on a large scale.
Saving souls.
Exactly. And there's something in it for the person who takes this on, too. A promise of seeking positive outcomes and a golden body.
A golden body, like enlightenment, spiritual reward.
That's the implication, yes. A profound spiritual attainment.
Okay, so this message lands, figuratively speaking, at the feet of Emperor Taizong. He sees this happen. What's his reaction?
Oh, it's immediate. No hesitation. He actually stops the court assembly that's happening right then, holds up the notice.
Just halts everything.
Yep. And he asks, right there in front of everyone, who is willing to take the imperial command and go to the West to worship Buddha and seek scriptures. That's, he's acting on this divine sign instantly. From the monks present, one figure emerges. It's the master of Buddhist teachings, Xuanzang.
Ah, the Xuanzang, the man himself, and his offer. Given the scale of this thing, it's quite something, isn't it?
It really is. It's incredibly humble. He says he's willing to act as a dog or horse, basically offering himself as a totally diligent, humble servant for the task.
Like the lowest servant, ready to do whatever it takes.
Precisely. For the emperor, for the good of the realm.
And the emperor's response to this humility is, well, it's kind of the opposite, right? It's huge.
It's extraordinary. Taizan is described as being just overjoyed. He personally helps Xuanzang up and makes this incredible offer on the spot. He says, if the Xuanzang can truly be so loyal and virtuous, I am willing to become sworn brothers with you.
Sworn brothers. The emperor and the monk.
Yes. Think about that. It instantly elevates Xuanzang, elevates the mission. It's a massive gesture of respect and commitment from the throne.
Wow. And they formalize it right away.
They do. They perform 4 bows together, right there before the Buddha, sealing the deal, so to speak.
This really cements the importance of the whole thing. And Taizan gives him a new title, too.
He does. He confers the title Imperial Brother, Sacred Monk.
Imperial Brother. Okay,
Yeah.
So this is where Xuanzang makes his own commitment, his vow, and it's intense.
Well, absolutely. It's incredibly solemn. First, he expresses his gratitude, like he's overwhelmed by the emperor's grace.
Understandable.
But then he makes this public vow before the Buddha, and there's absolutely no wiggle room.
What exactly does he swear?
He declares, I must sacrifice my life and strive hard, straight to the West. That's Inchy. He's putting his life on the line.
Okay, total commitment. But there's more, right? The consequence of failure.
Yes, and this is the really stark part. He says, if I don't reach the West and don't obtain the true scriptures, even if I die, I dare not return to the country, forever falling into the hell of sinking and oblivion.
Forever falling into, wow, capture all? Wow. It's success or eternal damnation. That's the pledge.
And he states why he's willing to do this. What's his primary motivation?
He makes it clear it's about repaying the emperor's favor and serving the country.
Ah, okay. So even with the divine call and the spiritual goal, his vow is framed in terms of loyalty, duty to the emperor and the Tang dynasty.
It's this fascinating mix, isn't it? Divine mission, personal faith, profound loyalty, and immense personal risk all woven together. It really shows the sheer weight on him. So after this huge public declaration, he goes back to his monastery, Beishur. What happens there? How do his own people, his disciples, take the news?
Well, they apparently already heard rumors, but when Xuanzang confirms his vow, their reaction isn't exactly celebratory. It's fear.
Fear, even knowing it's an imperial mission with divine origins.
Yes, because their fear is very practical, very grounded. They warn him straight out. The path to the West is far, and there are many tigers, leopards, and demons.
Right. The actual physical dangers of the road.
Exactly. They're worried he might go and not return. Difficult to preserve your life.
Melansan is the human reality check against the epic backdrop.
But Xuanzang, having made that vow, he can't back down now.
No, he stands firm. He reminds them of his great vow, his the terrible consequence if he fails. The eternal damnation bit.
Yeah, that tends to stick in the mind. But interestingly, the text shows he's not just blindly optimistic. He acknowledges the danger himself. He says, this journey is truly vast and uncertain, difficult to determine good or ill fortune.
Sunk. He knows it's a massive gamble.
He absolutely does. And then he gives them this sign, a way for them to know if he's coming back. It's quite touching, actually.
Oh, what is it?
He tells them to wait, maybe 3 years, maybe 5 or 7, and watch the pine tree at the monastery gate. Look at the pine branches. If their tips face east, I will return.
If the branches face east, it's samte together. Some it's sunk on, some gedon hon is there de saf or de symbol.
Very specific and incredibly poignant. It connects his return to this natural, everyday sign, and the flip side is just as final. Otherwise, he says, I will definitely not return.
Wow. No return. And the disciples?
They remembered these words closely. Easter. They clung to that sign.
That detail, the pine branches, it really grounds the whole epic quest, doesn't it? It brings in the human element, the waiting, the uncertainty, the fear felt by those left behind. A tiny, tangible thing against this huge, unknown journey.
It gives them something concrete, a sliver of hope to hold on to across all that time and distance. So the next morning, things move quickly. It's time for the official departure.
Right, the emperor holds court. Time to get the official stuff sorted.
Exactly. They prepare the crucial travel document, the ear, Ush, and they use the official imperial seal, the ear. This makes it official state business.
This isn't just some monk wandering off. It's a state-sponsored expedition.
Absolutely. And they even check the omens. The court astrologer confirms it's a lucky star day, suitable for traveling far.
Good day for a trip, apparently.
You couldn't ask for a better sign. So, Huanzang, now formerly called the Imperial Brother Master, is summoned to the palace one last time.
And the emperor gives him the document. And supplies.
Yes. He gets the official papers and then some very practical gifts.
Like what?
He receives a purple gold alms bowl, essential for a monk needing to beg for food.
Right. Even as imperial brother, he's still traveling as a monk.
Exactly. He also gets 2 attendants specifically chosen for long journeys, Wasta, and crucially, a white horse, Wursurpual, or Du, for transport, his Rosling.
Okay, so practical support. Does Yanzang hang around, say long goodbyes?
Nope. The text specifically notes he accepts everything immediately, showing no intention of delaying. He's made his vow. He's ready. Now.
Okay, so the emperor doesn't just send him off from the palace steps.
No, it's a proper royal escort. Taizong, along with all the major civil and military officials, accompanies him right out of the city to beyond the main gate, the Onulim.
A very public, very grand send-off.
It really is. And waiting just outside the gate are Xuanzang's own monks and disciples from his monastery, Tiyas. They've brought his clothes for the journey, his Iron.
Ah, so it's this intersection of the grand state ceremony and the very personal farewell from his monastic community.
Precisely. And it's right there, at this final point of departure, that the emperor offers him one last thing. A cup of wine.
Wine? For a monk?
Well, yes. Taizong offers it.
Oh.
And he actually uses this moment to ask Xuanzang his formal Buddhist name, his Josh.
And Xuanzang says he doesn't really have one.
Right. He considers himself just a humble monk. So Taizong himself suggests a title.
And this is where Tripitaka comes in.
This is it. Taizong suggests Tripitaka, directly linking him to the 3 baskets or collections, the awe of Buddhist scriptures that the Bodhisattva's message mentioned. And Xuanzang accepts.
So now he's Tripitaka. But back to the wine. He initially refuses.
He does. He politely points out it's the first precept for monks. He says he hasn't touched alcohol since his ordination.
Makes sense. But the emperor pushes it.
Gently, yes. Taizong insists it's a special circumstance. Just 1 cup of plain wine offered purely as a token of his farewell sentiment, his su also. Given it's the emperor, his sworn brother, making this personal plea, Tripitaka feels he really can't refuse.
Okay, so he agrees to drink it, and then the emperor does something really strange, right?
Yes, this is the most fascinating part of the farewell. As Tripitaka raises the cup, Taizong leans down, lowers his head, and picks up a pinch of dust with his imperial finger, flicking it into the wine.
He puts dirt in the wine. What? Why?
Tripitaka is understandably confused at first, but Taizong explains. He asks Tripitaka again when he thinks he'll return maybe 3 years.
Right.
Taizong then talks about the immense journey. Days and years pass, mountains are distant, roads are far. And then he delivers the punchline, telling Tripitaka to drink, quoting this proverb. Rather cherish a pinch of dirt from your homeland. Don't love 10,000 tales of gold from another land.
Ah, the Pave Noah Kokas.
So the dirt is the homeland. Exactly. Tripitaka instantly understands the meaning. He gets it. The dirt symbolizes home, his roots, the land he serves.
That's incredibly powerful. It's like saying, remember where you came from, remember why you're going. Don't get dazzled by whatever you find out there.
Precisely. It's more valuable than any foreign treasure. It grounds the entire quest.
Wow, so Tripitaka drinks the wine, dirt and all.
Drinks it right down. Thanks the emperor one last time, says his final farewells, mounts his horse, and rides out beyond the pass. The journey has officially begun.